Oh, sorry. I was working on my evil laugh. Hello, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Elwing and I are here today to talk to you about some really awesome books that we think you might enjoy. So, why was I working on an evil laugh? Well, because it's October officially, and that means it's one of the best months of the year because Halloween is this month. And because of that, we're going to talk about some spooky books all month long. Some of them are spooky, some of them are silly, some of them are mysterious, but I think that you'll like them no matter what. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today and all month, some spooky books that are awesome. And the very first one is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. This is a classic book. I don't know if you've read anything by Ray Bradbury before, but he was an amazing author. And what this book is about, it's about a carnival that comes to a small town in the middle of the night. It comes at midnight. And it grants wishes. And these two boys who are friends, best friends, end up going, and one of them makes a wish and they have to deal with the consequences of that wish. This book is fantastical. It's a little bit spooky. It will give you the creeps, and it's actually set right around Halloween, so it's the perfect book to read this month. The thing that I love the most about Ray Bradbury is that he can just evoke so many emotions from the reader by his descriptive writing. He wrote another book about summertime called Dandelion Wine that is just the epitome of summer, and I read it every year because it's just perfect. And I feel the same way about this one, because you read it and you can hear the crispy leaves and the cool wind and the spookiness in the air, and it's just such a fantastic book. And that is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And the next book is another classic, and it's called We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Shirley Jackson is just the queen of scary stories, I think. They're all just very insidious in a way that they like crawl into your head and make you think about them a really long time after you finish them. And they're more psychologically scary, I think, than outright jumping scary sort of situation. So this book is about two young ladies, Maricat and Constance Blackthorne, who live in a crumbling old house in town, and you don't get the whole story at once. You kind of get it in bits and pieces. Well, they are hated in the town. They are absolutely loathed, despised. And that is because it is suspected that Constance actually murdered their entire family, aside from herself and her little sister Maricat, some years earlier. And you wonder throughout the story, did she murder them? What happened? What is going on here? Both of these women are very creepy. Their circumstances are very creepy. And as you're learning more about them and their circumstances in the town, you just can't help but feel completely spooked out. This book is awesome. It's also very short, as you can see. So it's a quick read. If you're just looking for something really fast to get in the mood this season, this would be a really good way to go. We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. And last but not least, we have Slade House by David Mitchell. Slade House. Now, this is a puzzle of a book. If you haven't read anything else by David Mitchell, he's written books such as Cloud Atlas and The Bone Clocks, and everything he writes is just a puzzle within a puzzle that has you just trying to figure out what is going on up until the very end. And sometimes it takes a couple readings of his books to even really catch everything. And this book is no exception to that. Slade House is about this little door in an alleyway that is sometimes there and sometimes not. And this door sort of acts almost like how I think of it as like a Venus flytrap for people. And sometimes when the door is there, it lures people through, and through the door is a gate, which leads to a garden and leads to a house. All of which are very beautiful, but none of which is exactly what it seems. And This book is awesome. It's very, very spooky, but it's also, I think of it also more of like a mystery, because you're trying to figure out what is going on, what is the secrets behind this Slade House and this doorway. Why do people keep going in there? What happens to them? You know, why don't they come back out again? It's really, really good, and just a perfect thing to give you some spine tingles. It's wonderful. Slade House by David Mitchell. Well, that's what we have for you guys today. I hope that they sounded really exciting and interesting to you. They are all available at the Farmington Community Library, so please feel free to put them on hold and pick them up during our curbside service hours, or you can also actually go into the library now during certain hours and certain days of the week and pick them up yourself. Thank you so much, my friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.